Hello, first grade readers and thinkers. Today, in this video, we are going to learn how to answer the comprehension questions that are shown in the lesson plan. The comprehension questions are about Little Rabbit's Tale, the story that you read yesterday and hopefully will reread again today. So what you need is, first of all, in your lesson plan for today, I have put these questions, right? And I'm just going to show you on the computer what it looks like. But this is the actual piece of paper that I took a picture of to put it in your lesson. So you're going to need to just look at this in the lesson plan. Look at these questions in the lesson plan. And then you need a piece of paper. It could be a notebook or a loose leaf piece of paper. At the top of the page, I'm going to ask you to write your name and your number, because this is going to be a page that I'd like your family to send me. So put your name and number. Okay. And then under your name and number on the left-hand side to the left of the red line, write a number 1. And if you're using paper like this, try to use 2 lines for each sentence. That'll be good guidelines for making your letters correctly. Now I'm using a marker so it'll be easy for you to see, but you should use a pencil in case you need to erase. All right, so the purpose of this activity is to learn how to practice being good reading detectives by finding the answers in stories, just like we sometimes do when we do an assessment at school, or when you take your map tests even. All right, so the first question is, what kind of tree is Little Rabbit sleeping under? All right, so, and then it tells you what page to find the answer on, page 146. But before we even do that, let's take a look, because another important skill that we're learning is answering in complete sentences using the important words from the question. So what is this question about? It's about Little Rabbit sleeping under some kind of tree, right? So your answer is going to start with, your naming part's going to be Little Rabbit. So you're going to start with Little Rabbit, and then we're going to find out, I don't even know the answer yet, but I know that we're going to answer Little Rabbit is sleeping under whatever the answer is. So before we even find the answer, let's start writing our beginning of our sentence, since we have the words right here. So little, and you're going to write with a capital L. Little Rabbit, capital R, because that's the name of the character. And you can just copy the words right off of this question sheet so you can spell all those words perfectly. Little Rabbit is, and if you run out of room, just go down 2 more lines. Use 1 line for lowercase letters, 1 for tall, small, or uppercase letters. Little Rabbit is sleeping, make sure you have space between your words, under. Okay, now we don't know what comes after under because we haven't gone to that page. But now we're all set up. We just got to find 1 or 2 words that tell us what kind of tree Little Rabbit is sleeping under. So the story starts on page 145, but we have to go to page 146. So 146. Let's read it together. It says, Little Rabbit sleeps under an old apple tree. What kind of tree? An old apple tree. Oh, that's our answer. Little rabbit is sleeping under, and you can copy the words right out of the book. Okay? So why don't you tell me, how do I spell Anne? Okay. How do I spell old? Okay. How do I spell apple? Okay. How do I spell tree? Thank you. All right, and then you always want to check your work. So with your help, I wrote the words. So let's reread. Little rabbit is sleeping under an old apple tree. What's that? Oh, yeah, I need a period. Whew, thank you. I almost ran out of breath. All right, always have a period or a question mark or an exclamation mark at the end of your sentence. So that is what we are going to do for the rest of the questions. You're going to, after you get done with number 1, put a number 2 on the next line. Find the key words in the question. What does little rabbit think is happening? Who's this about? Little rabbit. What is he doing? Little rabbit thinks. And then to find out what he thinks, we got to go to page 147. But your first 3 words for number 2, your answer is going to be little rabbit thinks, right? Number 3, name the 3 animals little rabbit runs to tell. Well, who is this about? It's about little rabbit. What does he do? He runs to tell. Please do not just write, for number 3, the names of the 3 animals. You have to write a complete sentence about little rabbit. So little rabbit runs to tell, and then put the 3 animals. And then, so I've kind of given you some hints how to do number 2 and number 3. I'm going to let you figure out number 4 on your own. Read the words, figure out who the question's about, write your sentence, and find the answer on the pages that are listed on the question sheet. All right, I hope that helps. Do a great job, and remember those end marks, capital letters, finger spaces. Thanks a lot, first grade. When you're done, please have somebody send me a picture of your most excellent sentences. Cheers.